Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast. Season 6, Episode 15, A Wondrous Place. In this episode, Hook finds himself trapped in another realm and races to get back to Emma. Meanwhile, Regina and Snow try to take Emma's mind off from Hook's disappearance. Jasmine befriends Ariel. I am your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And no one. Dad's at school today, so...
Yeah, we're recording all on our own today.
We're gonna do it.
You think?
Yeah.
You think we'll do a good job?
I think we will survive.
Okay.
Oh, this was good.
What this episode was the hardest one for me yet. It felt really long.
It was good, but it felt...
It was good, but
it felt like it was 5 hours long.
It did feel like it was 5 hours long.
Might be we watched it over the course of different days.
No, but we started it over.
Oh, yeah, it might be. I think I know why it's doing that.
Why?
I think because I made you watch all the commercials.
Ugh.
Which adds like another 25 minutes. So.
It felt like it. Well, I didn't love the episode.
It wasn't the best.
I liked it okay, but it felt sort of endless to me. But I understand that it was setting up tons and it was answering a lot of questions.
The Jasmine, Aladdin, Hook part the most.
You liked that?
The Emma stuff was not my favorite. Aesop's Tables was amazing.
I thought that was a funny name. And
with Snow when she was so drunk and she challenged the Viking guys.
Yes, Snow was good in this. And I liked when Regina told David, we need Snow to come out
and he's like,
for girls'
night. I just woke up. And he's like, and she said, and he goes, oh, so I guess I don't need to.
I guess I'm going back to sleep or something like that.
And she's like, I have just the thing you need, Emma. And Emma goes, what? She goes, no, I'm not. She said, no, I'm not in the mood for any salves you have.
Yeah, no, she said no magic.
No,
yeah.
I'm not in the mood for magic right now. And Regina says, what? No. 2-for-1 coupon at Aesop's
Aesop's
Tables.
Yeah.
And we died laughing.
But you know what? When they got there, it just seemed so forced, and it seemed weird.
Like with Regina and Emma.
Yeah.
Emma was kind of forced in this episode, and I was not loving her coat with her hairstyle.
Oh, her hair was cute.
I know, but the coat didn't work.
And she wears it inside and out. Like, she never takes the thing off, practically.
Well, she did once, and she had a cute sweater on, but...
But like when she was saying, Emma, tell me how you feel. Are you sad? Are you mad? I was like, why is she for... And then I realized, they needed the tears.
Yeah,
that's how
it was
Gideon...
weird because she's like, Emma, tell me, do you want to cry your eyes out or throw something at a wall?
Right, it was just really strange. But then at the end, you realize...
The tears made sense when she cried into it, and then
it was a plot device.
But that was pretty cool. He was like,
yeah.
The savior, you shouldn't be leaving these around. She went, you're not Aesop.
Nope.
And he's like, of course not. Ha ha
ha. So I like this next episode that's going to happen where they're working together.
Oh, that looks really cool. Plus there's Neverland and giant bugs.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that. So in this one, Hook and Jasmine and Aladdin they're fighting the Kraken.
Oh, yeah, so...
Jasmine and Aladdin are fighting the Kraken, and then...
The last episode with Jasmine and Aladdin, they said, we want to go to Agrabah. So, and you just assumed, they went to Agrabah, everything's fine. But no. So in this episode, they showed they've been, for like a week now, it said, or something. They've been running around the Enchanted Forest, trying to find Agrabah there. And she leans down she leans to say something to Aladdin, and a ring falls out of her pocket, which now we know is the same ring that was the crown jewel of Agrabah.
Yes.
Which Agrabah's trapped inside.
That was a really cool effect.
Oh, yeah. How you looked it had little Agrabah.
Yeah.
In it.
That was
Agrabah.
Really cool. And so they fought the Kraken,
well,
and then
they did that. She was like, I know what I need to do. She gets on the boat. They're like sitting there talking, and then the Kraken comes up, and then Hook comes up, and he's like, they're like, Captain Hook, a blessing. Why are you in the Enchanted Forest? And he's like, I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, he was
He was
crabby
like,
in this episode.
To hurt you.
He was so crabby. And then when they got the Kraken, they broke the oar off in the Kraken's mouth, and then it disappeared under the
Yeah, he's
under
like,
the sea.
do you know how rare those are?
He's like, I needed that blood in order to get home to Emma. But it worked out.
Yes.
But Jafar, the stuff with Jafar was cool.
That was awesome. I said this was my favorite part there.
Yeah.
And
I liked that they turned him into the staff.
Yeah, that was really cool. How he's like, how they release him from the thing.
I can't believe they released him. I can't even believe they did it.
With how genies work, they just didn't think about how powerful he was. How genies really work is they get trapped in the lamp.
Really work? Like they're real?
How genies work on the show.
Okay.
And in the movie, they get trapped in the lamp. Someone releases them. It's like Aladdin. For a while he was bound.
Yes.
To those.
The cuffs.
They don't come off.
Well, they did, all right.
Well, he just got. I was like, thank you. He's like, Master, your wish is my Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you guys.
Yeah.
He just takes them off and goes, and boom, boom.
I was really surprised that they would release him.
I would have.
He's too powerful. I would
would've.
never have. I would have found another way.
I would have.
But then, luckily, she had that magic powder.
And that actually was better, because that released him. Killed him forever. So now he's just like a staff guy.
He's in the staff.
Okay. I
don't think it killed him forever. It just trapped him.
Yeah.
Again.
I have an issue with something.
Oh,
so they got into Agrabah. Mm-hmm. It was really cool effects and everything. They're carrying the staff, and then they just kind of lean it against something and walk away.
Wouldn't you?
You don't know who's gonna pick the staff up.
But it's stuck in. He's stuck in there.
You don't know who's gonna. What if, let's say, Gideon went to Agrabah? He would just be like, Jafar, yes, and now you are free.
But do you think that
I would not just
notice
randomly.
It was Jafar?
It's got his face on it.
He could look like anybody. It didn't look exactly like Jafar.
Well, poor actor that plays Jafar, because that is how he looks.
So what are some other things? Okay,
Ariel! She's one of my favorites.
Ariel, yeah.
One of my
Ariel's
favorites.
back.
I loved her flowy thing.
And that was cool when you saw that thief steal her necklace and then her tail grew.
Oh, yeah. And I loved when she's like, I found Prince Eric.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Elvis.
He totally looked
like
Elvis.
He looked exactly like Elvis.
Yeah.
It was like, I found my prince. I found my Prince Elvis.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Elvis. Yeah.
No. You know.
But then it turned out
that it was Jafar pretending to be him, because I just
pretending to be Elvis.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I remembered, I think it was a different actor.
Oh, really?
I think they hired...
We've gotten into trouble with that in the past, though.
No, but I really think it was a different actor. It looked different. He looked different.
Because Jafar is a different actor than Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Yes.
Because that was the guy from Lost. But we thought that... Well, no. Dad... We'll throw him under the bus.
Yeah, Dad.
Dad thought that August was a different actor, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we're gonna not presume that Eric is a different actor.
Yeah, we can just
because that was embarrassing when we did it the last time.
That was like, well, yeah, you're really wrong. I've got an issue with this new actor.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think they did a pretty good job with casting.
He looks a lot like him.
That was so embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what else happened? So, when in the beginning, Emma, I almost said, what's her face? Emma, in the beginning, Emma tells David.
The show.
Yeah, exactly. Emma tells David that Hook killed his dad. That was pretty
and he was just like, wow.
He took it pretty well.
And then, well, he got distracted too. Because when she was like, he's like, where's Hook anyway? Why didn't he come here and face me? Didn't he have the guts to? And she said, Hook left. And he goes, what?
Yeah, then he felt bad for Emma, yeah.
Yeah, then he went, oh, my thing. He was like,
We had a little bit
Dad
of
would have been
Henry.
dead anyway by then, so.
Yeah.
The dad.
Oh, his dad.
No. His dad would have been dead anyway by that time, so.
Yes.
Fine.
Now, we had a little bit of Henry.
When he was like...
He was teenage Henry.
He was so teenage Henry.
So he had nothing to say.
And then he's like, Mom, are you okay? But he left the one earbud in, so he's like, I'm still listening to music. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of pretending like I care about you. And then she said, put that stuff in the shed.
And then she got back and she's like...
Henry didn't put anything in the shed.
Like, she got back and she's like, oh, I'm so tired. We've got to go pick up my car from Aesop's tables in the morning. And she's like, he doesn't respond. Then she goes, I thought I told you to put this in the... And he goes, what? Mm-hmm. And she goes, never mind.
Teenagers.
Oh, so annoying. And then Hook communicates.
That was cool, the shell.
Through the shell. Was his face on the other end, or were they just talking?
No, they were... He was talking. Emma could listen, but couldn't.
Yeah, she could. She talked really quietly.
No, but Gideon said, he can't hear you. Remember when Aesop walked up and he said, well, it wasn't Aesop, but he looked
Gideon.
like Aesop?
I didn't remember that.
But he said, he can't hear you.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
So it was just one way, which is fine, because at least she knows now.
Yeah, now she can call him too and say, like, diddle diddle.
I don't think that she could say diddle diddle da. But I don't think that she could call him. I think it's a one-way radio.
So only one is for calling and one's for receiving. So, like, you could stand next to each other, just be like, if you had both, you could talk into the one and have the one to your ear and just be like, I'm talking to myself.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, I know.
So...
Because you can't hear normally.
Now at least she knows. He's coming for her. He's trying to get back. He didn't mean to leave.
Yes, he's like, Emma, I love you. I didn't mean to do this. Yeah. I'm never going to stop until I get back.
So that was a big deal, because now... She has something to fight for.
And now with Gideon, he's like, oh, I can make you do my will. And she goes, never. And he says, you have to just do one thing that I can never do.
What?
Kill the Black Fairy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool. I kind of felt like the suspense was building up, and I'm like, oh, what's he gonna say? Then he said, kill the Black Fairy, and I'm like, oh, no, we already
knew that.
I know, and I was like, oh, what's he gonna, I knew that.
He has a one-track mind.
I just want to kill the Black Fairy, but now it's
But he's
different.
like, but I can't. You have to kill the Black Fairy for me.
Because they don't want to.
Because he's not
powerful enough. Yeah.
Emma's powerful enough, he thinks.
Well,
or them together.
Yeah, them together. Well, he just wanted to steal all of her power. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that would keep his power. So.
We'll find out in the next episode.
Yes, which they're working together and it's going to be awesome.
Did we leave anything out?
I don't think so. Not really.
I think we talked
Ariel had Jafar in the genie bottle. She didn't know it, but she had that in her collection of
And the fork,
things.
The ball with the forks on it, the trap.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That was funny. And she's like, well, Eric is off with his, human buddies. And so I wanted to be safe while he was away. And she made that ball with all the forks sticking off of it, and it went flying across the room.
Yeah, she's like, sorry about the booby trap. And they're like, well, it worked. Mm-hmm. It was funny how everyone in the room knew her. Mm-hmm. And then Lynn's like, you guys know her? And she's like, oh, yes, we go way back. And Hook's like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, except he's crabby Hook then, so he didn't say buddy. But
well, he hugged her.
He did?
Sort of coldly. But yeah, he hugged her.
Oh, he didn't say buddy, though.
Not a warm embrace, but he hugged her, nonetheless.
A hook embrace.
A hook embrace.
Oh, I know why it wasn't warm, because his hook is probably, like, cold and icy, because it's...
Boo, not what I'm talking about.
No, just because it's, like, sticking out there.
No.
And it's, like, not... The body heat doesn't go to the hook.
Wrong.
Metal hook. And then, plus, he can't stab her, so he has to have one arm sticking out every time he hugs people.
No.
Because if he, like, went around, then he could, like, cut their backs off. That's just why I wouldn't want to be Emma, because every time I would hug him, my back would get scratched.
Just do what I do and don't hug you.
But I like hugging people. Wow, we've taken a sidetrack. I think that's...
Alright, but is there anything that we left out?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Well,
So now we don't have Dad here to end it, so I gotta do this. Okay. So let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after. The end.